Good morning, everybody. So today I'm going to go over a common phrase that has become so near and dear to my life. Necessity is the mother of invention. And we're just going to look at some innovative, just quick little runs, things that were driven by, hey, I need this and I can't find it. So here we go. First project that I want to look at is my pop out on my shop. So for years I had this little tiny shop, and I didn't have any idea how I was going to have enough room for my torch and my grinder, my welder, and put this old boat that I found that leaked on there, and it just did a great job. Didn't have a sawmill back then, so I wasn't able to build a bunch of stuff like you see me putting on later, but got to find ways to make a little more space that's safe to put in a welder, torch, air compressor, etc. So my next project conundrum, innovative thing, I have this tool that I use all the time, my Leatherman, and the little case that I had made by a friend sewed it up for me, and I needed a nice sturdy belt to hold that up. I'd tried buying a bunch of different ones. It just wasn't working. So I decided I'm just gonna make my own and ordered a belt blank and some rivets and made my own. I didn't even bother to put any protection on it or anything, just drilled the holes, put in the stuff, and started using it, and over time it seasoned itself. And so here we are years later. We're talking probably 5 or 6 years later. Still working good. It's hard use thing, but yeah, really happy. All the other belts that I used to buy, they'd fall apart right away. The next thing was related to my day job, flying. Spent a lot of time flying in cold weather and just had a hard time getting a hat on that would stay over my headset. And the same thing was true when I went out with my snow machine. You know, I got my earphones on there and they're trying to clamp on. I can't quite get warm, so went to the project bench and said, how can I make something warm to go over the headsets? And here you see the result. My wife calls it the Princess Leia effect, but just taking some fur and making a loop and putting the circle on top of it, sewing it on, and attaching it to my existing hat. And man, what a difference. Works so nice, goes right over top of the headset, right over top of the earmuffs. This next project is a utility shed that I was going to make. I needed to put my boat somewhere and snowmobiles in the summer. Put this raised platform in there because the snow really builds up and flooding happens as well. So I wanted to keep them high and above everything else, and use some trusses underneath, some metal over top that had come left over from some tanks that were cut up here in town, and just welded it all together and made this nice little utility shed. Here we had a kitchen chair that was getting all busted up, and I went to the sawmill, got some wood, sliced it up on the table saw, and made some nice little slats, repaired this. This is my 2001 Dodge Ram, and the driver's side door was starting to break up where the latch attached. So I took that piece of steel and formed a piece, and painted it up, riveted it on, and strengthened it up, and it's still working great. Here you can see a device that my friend and I welded together with an old piece of a cutting blade from a grater and an old frame from a trailer, and just had my daughter drag it around, filling in the potholes in the driveway. In Alaska in the spring, our potholes are really bad, and you got to find some way to smooth them out. This worked wonderfully. This was a one-off project. My wife has a CPAP. She needed distilled water. We didn't have any here at the store, so I made this little tea kettle to snow pot distillery, and it worked. I wanted to get into the modern world and get an active noise reduction headset, but couldn't afford it. So I took my old David Clark, bought this kit, and with a little electrical knowledge and some soldering and some putting things together, put together a headset that worked quite nicely for many years until I could afford to buy one of the new DCs. Well, I hope that was interesting, and I think probably the biggest thing that I'm hoping from this video to encourage any of you who happen to watch this is that when you need something and it's not available, you don't have the money, you are in a place where you can't get to the supplies, don't give up. Don't just sit down. Think through, how can I make this happen? Take an innovative approach. And remember, necessity is the mother of invention. It's amazing what you can do that is practical and works if you just put your mind to it and give it a try. So hope this is encouraging. Give it a shot. Try things out. And please do remember to like and subscribe.